I was going to start this video by giving you guys the origin of the elephant in the room, but I looked it up and holy shit, that was boring. So I'm just going to save you the time and get right to the point. This NFL offseason for the Miami Dolphins, the elephant in the room is Mike Gesicki and his situation moving forward. This is the Fins Up Network, and we are continuing our position by position ideal offseason for the Miami Dolphins, talking about tight ends. So, like we do for these videos, I'm going to share the screen with you, and we're going to talk right about that elephant in the room right away, Mike Gesicki. Everyone in the world that is somewhat related to the situation is saying the same thing about Mike Gesicki. He doesn't fit in Mike McDaniel's offense. So, what are our options with Mike Gesicki? One, re-sign him. Two, you tag him. Three, you let him walk. If we're really doing this as a hybrid as what I think they're going to do and what I want them to do, I vote that they tag him. Here's the reason. One, you get him for one more season. Yeah, you pay a lot, but you get him for one more season. You see how he fits. You see if he can stay on the field as a blocker. You see if Mike McDaniel can build an offense with strengths around him where it's not just super obvious that they're going to pass when he's on the field. You get a little bit of extra time. And hey, if there's suitors at some point, you can still trade him. You can still try to get something for him besides just that compensatory pick if you let him walk. That would be my vote. We'll see how it plays out. I want to go on to Durham Smythe real quick as well, because I think his situation relates to Mike Gesicki. If Gesicki walks, I think we see Smythe stay. Vice versa, the opposite way with that. Adam Shaheen, he excelled last year in a limited role. That's the thing. If Gesicki walks, we can't just automatically bank on, oh, Shaheen's going to be able to step in and be this pass-catching threat. It doesn't work that way. He excelled last year when he was not the focal point of the offense at that position. Defensive coordinators weren't like, hey, we got to go out and stop Adam Shaheen this week. That's not a thing that was said in those defensive meetings. I'm going to bypass Hunter Long because I want to spend a little time on him. I'll jump into Shaheen Carter. Because when they signed him last offseason, everyone kind of thought, what kind of signing is this? Where does he fit in the offense? And that came to fruition. He didn't really have a carved out role. It was almost kind of weird that he made the team, but they paid him that money. So yeah, he was going to make the team. This year with Mike McDaniel, he might have some innovative ways to use him. So keep an eye on Shaheen Carter as the offseason goes on, because we might actually see him carve out some sort of role if he can stay on. Hunter Long is another question, though, and I think this relates to Mike Gesicki, bringing it back to that elephant in the room. If the team thinks Hunter Long can turn into be that long-term solution at the position, if he can be that guy that stays on the field all the time and blocks, and that's like a primary role of his, but he can also excel in that pass catcher role, then maybe the team is more likely to move on from Mike Gesicki, not have to pay him all that money, not have to worry about, oh, defenses are going to key in on what we're doing based on which tight end we have on the field. Hunter Long could provide some of that flexibility. The issue is Hunter Long was rarely on the field last year. We didn't get to see it all that much. And I know a lot of Dolphins fans were very concerned about how little we saw from Hunter Long. But keep in mind, it's kind of become a cliche so far or recently, but tight end is one of those positions that's super hard to adapt to at the next level. So the fact that he was inactive for all those weeks didn't concern me because of, well, that reason. And two, Miami had so many options at the position. It's not like they were just grasping at people that they needed to throw in there. They had options. So there was really no reason to rush them in there. So like I said, based on the 2021 tight ends, I think they'll tag Gesicki. That's what I'm kind of hoping they do, but it's going to be interesting to find out. The free agent tight ends, that's going to be based on what they do with Gesicki. If they let him walk, I could see him dabbling into one of these guys. They're all going to be less expensive than Mike Gesicki. However, you get what you pay for. You're not going to get the production as a pass catcher anyways that Mike Gesicki could have provided you. The name the kind of sneaky name on here I like is CJ Uzama. Keep an eye on him. David Njoku, super athletic, but just the production's always been lacking. He's never been able to fully put it together. Going on to the NFL draft tight ends, This is nothing like last year where Kyle Pitts was like this surefire top 5, top tight end. And by those numbers, I mean like drafted that high. There's not one of those kind of guys in there. I actually really like Jalen Weidermeyer out of Texas A&M. However, given the team's situation at tight end, given the Gesicki situation, I don't see Miami taking a tight end in this draft at all, especially not as early as what a guy like Weidermeyer is going to go. So I think we're kind of going to get what we already have at that position, especially if Gesicki stays. So that's the elephant in the room. That's the thing that all Dolphins fans want to see how it plays out. And we should have an answer fairly soon. I mean, free agency is just a few weeks away at this point. So that's the time for the tight end position preview on this one. Here's my homework for you. I almost forgot to give you your homework assignment. If you think Mike Gesicki stays in one fashion or another, whether it's the tag, whether it's actually just outright being re-signed, go ahead and give this the thumbs up. If you think he walks, leave a comment. Let me know where you think he ends up going. That's my time. We'll be back in tomorrow. We do these damn things daily. So thanks again. Peace out.